And that's all I'll be trying to tell people, man. We got to change our focus, and that's on everything, Noble. What you say is writing all rights reserved at the end of our signature, the same as without prejudice, UCC 1, 3, or 8. See, that's a good question, Noble. Remember, what does the law says? You correct on some things. That's a form of UCC. This is what I tell people, and I'll be wanting us to be clear on law and understanding the dynamics of a business. Hold on, let me turn this radio down. So when I explain business, the question you just asked, Noble, you said is writing all rights reserved at the end of our signature the same as without prejudice, UC 1-308. Now, we got to understand business and business terminology. You're correct on that aspect, but remember, I want you to look up something else. When you go into any contract, and I want you to look at anything, and what a contract is, anything you sign, cell phone, cable bill, leasing a car, renting a home, or think you buying one, what's at the bottom? What's at the bottom of that contract? If you ever take the time to read the whole contract to the end of it, what's on it? What does it say? Even your cable contract, even the cell phone, what's on the bottom of it? What's on it? This is how I teach, for you can know. And you got to ask the question, because this is how you teach. I help you help yourself by getting precedent indications, by getting doc numbers, by understanding the Free Information Act, where if it's law and if it's valid, it can be looked up. I give law cases and things so we don't get caught up. So again, what the question you asked, Noble, is writing all rights reserved at the end of our signature the same as without prejudice, UCC 1-308. And so I just asked the question back to you. This is how we learn. Are you following me? So what are those businesses doing? So when you do that, when you reserve your right, what are those businesses stating? And the same thing you should state, because you're going into a contract willingly or unwillingly as an obligor. So what should you know going to any contract when you're reserving your right? What do that mean? Because if you don't know what it means, then a person has wasted their time. So what does it mean when you sign that contract and it says on the bottom of it, all rights reserved? What do you think that means? Because when you go into a contract, you're going into a contract with a business, so you can go into the same contract as a business and reserve your rights. But what do it mean? What do reserve your right mean? And I know we looking it up, but we should. But what does it mean? So we can be clear on things. What does it mean, Noble? Do we know? Hold on 1 second. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Hey,
You guys looking for something particular, ma'am?
Yes, I need a white tie.
Oh,
No white?
let me see if this close what you like, sir.
Oh yeah. I mean, these something like this would work too. Doesn't it? Do you have a white bow tie?
Let's check. I may. It's prime time, and
Oh, yeah.
yep. I got a few. It comes with the pocket square. They're $29.99.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna get, right? What do you think?
You're going to rock a bow tie. I'm sure you can.
Black, I got black, all black. Well, okay, tell me this, sir. What if I get both of these? Can I return one? Because if I put that on,
Absolutely.
it doesn't look right on me.
Let's return. My name is Kareem. I'm the manager. You let's return.
Okay, I'm gonna get both of these.
No big. I give them to you for $250.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Do I want polka dots or just plain white tee? It's just black.
All black. Real black.
Yeah, but just polka dots? Black with white polka dots.
I'm waiting for the answer. Do you know it? If we don't, what do it mean? Come on, somebody talk. If we don't know, say we don't know, for I can tell you, Noble. Let me get some water. Compelled to perform under any contract or agreement that I did not enter into. Part? Yep. But I'm gonna give you the meat and potatoes of it. Watch this. Let me get some water. Let me know when you're ready. I got enough directions for you.
Okay, thank you.
You know what? I'm gonna get this one too.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
Well, with that, like, see, the deal is you get 2 for 50, or that that second one to be $29.99.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty much gonna return 2 of them.
No problem,
You know,
man.
I gotta put it on with my outfit
I have no problem.
and see how that goes.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm gonna return.
What do you think, black and white masquerade? You think
I would be playing black and white.
Oh, I would too.
If it's a masquerade, I would be,
Yeah.
but it's black and white. I mean, you can do what you like, but she just
This
asked me.
gives it a little flair.
It gives it a
and
little
like,
pop.
oh, go
It
back.
gives a little
You
pop
want
without
white.
pop,
Just
but
put that back.
you know what I
Let's
mean?
get
All right,
these.
just these.
it gives us a pop. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah. I'll do the popping.
I was just getting ready to say that. I promise you, I was gonna be like, hey, nah, let the lady.
Yep.
When I do a lot of, especially for proms and guys, they want to come in and get super jazzy. I'm like, we want to be the chaperone. We want to be the James Bond look and let the lady steal the show. We just a chaperone. That's how I do it.
I mean, look good and be,
Yeah, you're gonna be
but
you gonna look great.
Be cool.
There you go. Real cool.
Yeah.
Real cool.
Don't be acting like a dick.
54, 35. You said it, I didn't say it.
I did.
You said it.
Can't promise that.
You're not gonna.
So you can't have too many drinks, man.
No, I can have some.
But there you go.
I was thinking more prom pets, I guess.
What we're going to do, let's take a second. As soon as you get late, when the time to get ready to close, the system gets to going slow. Then it stops working because every store is on the same internet system. And then they'll be like, oh, you got cash? I'm like, man, this computer.
Yeah.
So I hope you get some new system, some new Wi-Fi or something. I don't know.
Take
but
the money faster.
yes, or get one of those handheld like J.C. Penney's used to have, and it's on his own system. There you are, sir. If
Thank you very
anything
much.
don't work, just return one.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. So let me see what you said, Noble. Okay, so you are saying I reserve my right not to compel to perform under any contract or commercial agreement that I did not enter knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally. Well, that's one. But remember, a lot of times we go and stuff. Remember, in a court of law, there is no excuse of not knowing the law. So when you go into anything, when it's a contract, just like if you sign a contract, and then the first thing, if I was the referee, I say, did you read the contract in its entirety? Yes, yes, yes. And I'll be like, no, you didn't, because I read the contract. So then you shouldn't sign that contract if you read it all. So you valid on that aspect. And then you say, last part is, I do not accept liability of any compelled benefit or any unrevealed contract or commercial agreement. Exactly. In that, it depends on the context. But watch when I'm talking about how companies get you when we go in like a simple cable bill, or like when we get a cell phone bill, and you look at that cell phone bill, when you go into the contract, it's a worse contract than a car and a house. And I say those companies reserve their right, because they reserve their right to sue you in court, to do anything if you don't agree to what they dealings, but you don't reserve your right to defend yourself in court. It's just little technicalities. It's just little technicalities when you reserve your right and not getting caught up in spookism and fake law. If a company will reserve their right, when you go into a contract with them, you got to ask yourself, as a business of yourself, as a flesh of my flesh, why you're not reserving your right when you go into a contract with them? That's the question you ask. And if it's not valid, why every contract that you sign, anything that you go into, if you look at the whole contract, it says all rights reserved on it. Understand what I'm saying? Right? Right? Think about it. Think about that for one quick second. Think about that and ask yourself a question. Think about it. Every contract you go into, I don't care what it is, if you buying some anything, I guarantee you, if you read it all in its entirety, it's going to say all rights reserved. So then you got to understand, what are they reserving their rights to do? What are they reserving their rights to do? Say you go on a contract and say the contract 3 years, and you go into a phone contract for 3 years, and you say, oh, all of a sudden you can't afford to pay for it, but you ain't reserved your right. You can take it to court. Now me, knowing law, I reserve my right to do what? Hold on, man. I fulfill my obligation during this time of this contract. I can't fulfill it no more. That's the rewrite. What I paid for the service that was rendered. I ain't went out of how can I say it? I didn't void the contract. I fulfilled the contract when I was in it. So that's the thing that I tell Moors, Islam Empress. That's what I tell Moors about things. We got to be sure of the context, and you have to be sure on the proper information that a person is giving you when you go into any contractual agreement. And that's a house, that's land, that's anything. When you get so excited and we don't read contracts in its entirety, that's our fault. And so I'll be telling more, you getting ready to go to the courts and get your butt handed to you. Because the first thing I would ask you as a referee is like, okay, everything is in that contract. So have you read that contract? One of my professions is I read contracts. And I read cases. I do it for a lot of people. I've done it for pro players. I've done it for businesses. That's part of my profession. And I tell Nobles, I say, you couldn't have read that contract. One of the guys I know that play pro sports. And I'm one of his business managers. And I say, you don't need nobody to watch your money. You need to watch your own money. But I can help you be smart so when you're done playing, you won't be broke. So I got a couple people that pay me to do that. I even have regular people. But the thing I'm saying is, you have to understand and understand whatever catchphrase that a person want to use. Anytime you go into something, when it's a contract, when it's you signing your name or something, that's a contract. And you must understand the ins and outs of every contract. I tell Moors, you can go into a contract as a contractual obligor willingly or unwillingly. Are we clear? And willingly is just getting excited, signing a contract and not reading it in its entirety. When all the science, it might be 500 pages of a contract and all the science might be on page 499. The rest can be a whole bunch of gibberish. Are you following me? And I know everybody's not doing that work. And I know everybody's not understanding the etymology of words and understanding the root of words, because the English language is a perverse language. The English language is Greek and Latin. And when I tell Moors, a lot of times we misinterpret it, because especially with Hebrew, you can't transliterate Hebrew to English because it can mean 10 different things depending on the context. You see what I'm saying? So when we go into contracts not willing and we don't read it all, when you go into a contract at the business and they reserve their right, and they reserve their right to sue you, take you to court, you haven't reserved your right to do what? To defend yourself, to state your case and why this haven't happened. That's what I be telling us. I said we got to read very, very careful. I give more books like to show you how not to get caught up. To show you how not to get caught up in a lot of that fraudulent UCC stuff. Remember I said, Noble, Moors are confused of navigation. And if you watch that lecture I said, and I taught, I'll do it again, about how Moors are confused of navigation when they telling Moors about that UCC stuff and that UCC1 stuff. That's a fraud and a sin. Because we don't need that for our salvation. I educated that on real history and real law. And then you got the Moors talk about that expatriation stuff. That's a fraud and a sin. You think you're leaving this so-called de facto government, but what you're doing is being stateless. And what you are is a domestic terrorist. This is what I be telling Moors. You be following for people that's not telling you the truth. They getting you caught up and they using you as a crash dummy. And they got you looked at as a domestic terrorist. That's the most garbage stuff I ever heard Moors telling people about some expatriation from this de facto government. And I say, you at home, and I say, well, what you a part of when you do that stupid stuff? You an alien and they coming for you. I guarantee you this. Because what you've done is now you become stateless. Now you become stateless. So do you see how the fraud of things and the person not really understanding everything in its entirety? Just like when I tell Moors, I said, man, it's so many UCCs. In my library, I got UCC books, I think about 120 UCC books for different situations. It's a UCC code for a lower ranking person in the military to not be messing with a sergeant. And clearly that UCC stuff and that UCC and that UCC1 is not what no real upright Moor teach. If they know law, international law, and local and state law. We don't teach no garbage. We don't teach that. You see what I'm saying, Noble? And all I be saying, telling brothers, In a court of law, there's no excuse of not knowing the law. If a person tell you, oh, this, that, and the other, say, okay, well, what's the doc number? Then you ain't even got to listen to a liar. All you got to do is, it's a precedented case number. Look up the doc number. If he can't tell you the doc number, it's fraud. You see? So it's things that we should be clear on when I say I'm a business and I operate totally as a business. I'm not an individual. All my assets, everything is in the living trust. If anything happened to me, can't nobody come sue me. It's in a trust. It goes specifically. I don't have a will. A will, you can get caught up in litigation. A will, you can say, oh, it go to my son and my daughter, and I might not even mess with my son and my daughter. You see, so I don't deal with a will. Will is litigation. A will to say it's going to go to your offspring or your so-called wife. Well, no, I have a trust. I have a living trust. I have a living trust fund. That's how when you see different nationalities, as they get older in time and they never lose property and things, and then you see Negro, blacks, and color and misnomer Latinos and Mexicans, you be like, well, how we losing stuff over time, and how different nationalities passing stuff down to their family because they take it out of public and put it in private. That's legally and lawfully. Everything that's worth value is in a living trust. Nobody can touch that. It's separate. Even with business, when I do business, I don't have a sole priorityship. I teach real business. My business is separate from myself. You see, I can be worth 100 million. Say my business only worth 50,000 or whatever, and then say if I'm doing landscaping and a rock hits somebody's window, and they say, "Damn, well, Korea, multimillionaire." Yes, that's separate. When you do corporation instead of sole priorityship. So I'm not connected to my business. So if you sue my business, you only suing my business. You're not suing me personally. See, this is business, man. I teach business strategy. That's why I be like, man, I don't really understand what a lot of people be teaching people, man. Especially when it comes to this business and doing work in a community and being successful and able to not only help people in your community and help yourself, but give jobs and direct people and buy property in your community through your organization and have contractors license so you can hire brothers under your contractor license to do the work. That's what I do. I have contractor license, I have wholesale license, and then you hear a nigger, oh, I ain't finna do that white man stuff. I said, I don't care, but you finna go to work, you paying taxes, all that, they lying. So I use my finances for myself. And this is something that my dad always told me, like, be a boss. Use your money. That's what you want to do? Use your funds. If you want to write books, use your funds. You working, you making money. You want to do this? Do it. And that's what I've done. So if Morris was following me a long time ago, I used to be on Instagram, all that stuff a long time ago. And when I was out here in Arizona, I ended up getting my contractor's license. I'm not a contractor. I don't do the work, but I have enough in my knowledge to study for it. I took the test. I passed it. So I have contractor's license, and my contractor's license, I use it in multiple states. So in Michigan, it's a lot of raggedy houses. And so the city of Flint, they have bids where you can bid on to tear all the plight down. So I went back home and everybody was like, man, look at all these so-called blah, blah, blah in our neighborhood tearing all the stuff down. I said, why are you complaining? Y'all didn't go get the proper license to bid on the contracts to do the work. So what I did, I went and got the proper license. Then when I got the license, I went back to the neighborhood and said, hey, do y'all know how to do this? No Negro, black, or color know how to do it. And I said, that's the problem. You want to complain about something, but don't educate yourself to when I get the proper license, I can hire you under my contract. I'm just hiring you as labor. But why would I hire you as labor and you don't know how to even work the equipment? You ain't even willing for me to pay for you to take the class to learn how to work the machinery. I said, I would pay for the class for you to run the machinery, for you to know how to break bricks down, for you to know how to tear buildings down. Because that's what's happening in the city of Flint. We get these big contracts to tear plight down, but nobody's getting them because they don't have a contract license. I do. So just like in Arizona, so one of my contract licenses, we were doing crating. Crating is when, say if you moving and the moving company come and they boxing all your stuff up, and then you got expensive items like chandeliers or TVs or some expensive or pictures, and you don't want the movers to just move it as is. What we do, we build a crate. So I come in my truck and my trailer and my crew, we take the measure and everything, we build the crate and put those expensive items in it, crate it all up, boom, and go to the next. I was able to hire people, brothers out of prison that nobody will hire because some fake felony, stupid stuff. I was able to hire them as laborers and pay them brothers $20, $23, $24 an hour. You see? So it's ways to do things. We just have to use we just have to support our brothers and sisters. Just like I have my own nonprofit educational house. I'm tax exempt federal, education, scientific, religiously. The same tax exempt status at the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, anybody that's just like all these organizations that people be sending their funds in. I'm like, but what is that really helping? And I'm like, well, why we don't send the funds to me and help me? I got the same tax exempt. And when you send your funds to me, I give you something. I'm telling you, that's why I be laughing at people now, and we see other nationalities like the Jews, like the Chinese, the Amish and all that, and they create their nonprofit under the certain tax laws, and then everybody support and donate, and they become successful in a calendar year. And we have the same power. Just like I said, just imagine if 100 more is giving $100 a month. That's 120 grand a year, and that's pennies of a dollar what people be giving to churches, you know. And I'm like, I can have a big temple out here. I can have the schooling. We can have all our Morris library and all that. I could be picking up the kids after school activities, giving them history, science, working on their physical fitness, and giving them assignments. That's what I try to educate us on law and on tax codes, but all we want to do is argue. And I'm like, that's why we poor and broke, because we're not doing business in our community, and we don't know the dynamics of business, and we're gonna let everybody else extract money from us. Why y'all think every company and church are operating as nonprofits? Why you think everybody pop up a nonprofit and ask for donations? But we don't use the tax laws. And I'm telling you, because we're not thinking. How you gonna do anything in your community? Yes, you can have a religious organization, and yes, you can ask for donations. But to help a person out, you will want a tax exempt status, so you can have all people help you. So you can solicit businesses. What type of businesses? Real big businesses. Like for instance, when I was doing my soccer camps out here at the Avondale Sports Complex, I had Gatorade giving Gatorade. I had Adidas giving us headbands. Because all companies, they donate monetary and tangible to nonprofits. And then you can get grants from the state. Like when I apply for grants, I'm on Arizona Grant Watch. So wherever you at, if you in Texas, look up Texas Grant Watch. What I did, I paid the money for a year to be a member, and they have their own grant writers. And so it's certain grant writers that's on there. And so I apply for grants, especially in the summertime. And when kids in school, and when I have my building, I let a lot of college kids come to my building and work under my nonprofit, and that'll support their financial aid of their work study. My Cash App is $KG Bay, and we also use PayPal. It's paypal.me/IBNA/IBNA. I don't even know. I have to find out. I don't even know my PayPal, but I think it's PayPal. It's on my page. If you look on my IG page, go on my IG page. My IG page is Ibna Hakeem El Bay, and right on it, it'll say my Cash App and my PayPal. I have two pages too, Moorish_haberdasher, because like I said, I sell suits and I ship suits all over. I tell every Moor you should have a black suit, a gray suit, and a blue suit in your repertoire. And I give you all that. I ship all that to you. All that with shipping for $200. All that, and I give you a tie. I'm the Moorish haberdasher, man. I mean, I don't make stuff up. I mean, I have a store, and then I have a warehouse that I ship stuff out, because I don't mix my business with Moors. If Moors want anything from me, all they gotta do is go get ready somewhere, and I'll show you all the color suits and stuff that I got. I'll ship it right to you. I do business. And I'm a businessman, you know. So that's what I tell Moors. I also have a library with over 15,000 books and manuscripts. If Moors, when they see what I post, all those books that I post is from my library. I'm connected with a bookstore, one of my buddies in California. He's a distributor for books, and so we do things together. And I tell Moors, why go on Amazon? Because you can get some cheaper. And I'm a real organization. I'm a real non-for-profit. You're not buying nothing from me. It's a donation. So if it's a book, you say, okay, well, this book is a donation of this price. At the end of the year, you get a tax-exempt receipt. So everything that you donate or pledge for a book, fez, turbans, suits, everything, under my organization, it's a donation. And you get a tax-exempt for supporting your organization that you're a member of. This is a business. And that's why people don't understand business. Because that's why we don't win in our community, because we don't understand laws, and then we'll let organizations come in our community and extract it. Just like the Girl Scouts, they're tax exempt. That's how they're tax exempt. Just like the Nation of Islam, they tax exempt. They out there selling them bean pies. It's going straight to the organization. It ain't helping nobody. With me, all the funds go directly to our organization. It don't go in my pocket. As we grow, then as we get to bringing in millions, then of course the person that's doing things need to get a salary. But everything, all the donations, I'm trying to have a physical temple and a library and a school, so people that's out here can physically come to instead of just online. I want the online school for people abroad online, but then people that's physically here, I want us to be able to come to the temple. I want to show Moors how to buy back their community. I do this through what? Through organization, establishing your nonprofits in your community and buying back your neighborhoods. Because a lot of that stuff they would donate to you because they want to get it off the books. I'm telling you, man, wait till I go back in Flint. I'll show you I own almost a whole block already. A lot of the stuff was donated to me because my tax exempt status, and they get it off their books, and a lot of stuff I got for tennis shoe money. Once they tore them raggedy houses down, I'm like, I don't want no raggedy houses, I want the land. So once they tore the land down, a lot of it they donated to me. A lot of it I got for $70, $100, $200, the price of tennis shoe money. You know? So that's why I laugh. So when people say, what do you do with your finances? I say, support myself and support my passion. And when I buy the whole block, in my neighborhood, when I go back to, when I show y'all, it's on, the street is called Mount Elliott. I grew up on West Patterson Street. And so and I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna go down the side street, I own one whole side. I'm working on the other side now. Once I get the other side, I wanna have one side, single parents, mothers and seniors, the other side, our whole business street, our charter community with our own security, legal and lawfully. That's the law. We can do this. I'm telling you, man. Everybody else do it. And so that's what I be telling Moors. Yeah, I be telling Moors. I'm like, that's what I spend my money on, man. Look, Noble, go on my page. We got 40 acres in St. John's, Arizona. I'm getting ready to go to Ahwatukee and do the same thing. So I buy land for investment, and then when other people see who own the land, they be like, damn, they can't get it. Like, I'm gonna show you the letter I just got for my 40 acres. I just got, this company was like, hey, we see you own this land, blah, blah, blah. Are you willing to sell it for this X amount of dollars? Absolutely, I am. I buy investment, I'm gonna make a 300% profit on just buying the land, just sitting on it. And now another company want to buy my 40 acres and do something, you got to pay the piper. It's just what it is. Just like when I just say, if they want to say, hypothetically speaking, like in Flint, Michigan, they got these things called Job Corps. And in the area, it's on Saginaw Street now, Job Corps. And a lot of people gave their houses away for pennies. So say if they wanted to do that in my area and I own the whole street, they got to pay the piper. They gotta pay. They gotta pay the piper. You can't just kick this mine. You can build around it, but if you want this, you gotta pay me. And what we doing and what we're gonna do is build structures. One structure. Everything in the community gonna look the same. Everything will look the same. We buy everything by the book, and we have our own brothers and sisters that go back in and fix them, that know how to do construction and painting and contracting and stuff, and everybody will work under my license. You'll just be hiring labor as like day laborers when you work for these temp services. I keep telling Moors, we have all the power to do this. I'm telling you. This is what I do. What you see, but the fact that there's land available, yeah, I seen it, but I'm saying go. All you gotta do is go. Let me tell you something. I don't hide nothing. Go on Arizona land watch, Noble. I keep telling Nobles, like, we can do so much stuff together. We don't want nothing in no regular neighborhood because it's a regular neighborhood. And they got their own charter. We want to go away. So we on our own land, we away. We can come back to the neighborhood, but we want our stuff away. We don't want our stuff in a rural community. We want to be in our own area, where you can come to the city if you want, but you want to be away on land so you can have your garden, so you can grow your marijuana if you want to, so you can grow your fruits and vegetables, so you can have your animals and all that. That's what I'm preparing to do. So when I want to retire, per se, I'll be on my land with my family and everybody else that's Moors that got their land. I own a house in the area because that's where my parents are going to stay, but I'll have my stuff away. Right now, I got my trailer on my land. Right now, I got my big old trailer on my land. Me and my empress go up there in the summer. We chill. I got a big trailer. It's like a house, So that's what I be telling when people talk about, oh, we can do this. I say, I hear you, but I do. And then I try to act. Then I say, Moors, y'all can get an acre for $2,500, 2 acres for $5,000. I don't have time to keep teaching people. And I'm like, our prophet told us you don't have to get ready when you're ready. I'll be like, okay, if you can't go to the store right now, where you gonna buy all your fruits and vegetables and your water from? Because we got a full functioning water well on our land. We got fruits and vegetables growing on our land. So what if the store is shut down right now and they say, oh, you can't come to our store right now? What if it's all shut down right now? What if so-called everybody want to talk about martial law can't shut down? Well, you can't go nowhere. You can't go to your own land on your own on your own land with a allodial deed, which is private property. You can't pack up all your stuff and leave. No, because you don't have your own property. You can't secure your own land and protect your own land, which is your right. So this what I'll be wanting us to be clear on. I'm like, man, do y'all think Noble Drew Ali and back in those days, them brothers was begging at all of the grocery stores and all the property they had? Or do you think they understood tax law? And it was real people that understood business in these temples, and we owned things and we did things. And that's what I be trying to get us back to. I keep telling you, I'm not no gangster more or no rogue more, and I ain't no bum more. I'm a Moorish noble. I'm a Moorish American noble. I'm a scholar. I'm an almanac. I'm a professor. I'm a teacher. I'm a businessman. But I know who I am. I know my nationality is Moorish American. We must do business and commerce and understand that. That's what I be telling Moors. That's one form of bartering. How are we going to say we are free people and we can't help each other and support and have our own businesses and things and do business with each other? We all got to go outside ourselves to do things. And I tell Moors right now, I have suits and everything. Like right now, I'm getting ready to come prime time for high school kids. And all other nationalities, people that I work with, all the connections that I made at the college and all this, they come buy suits from me. I ship stuff out. I got one professor, he's like, I buy all my suits from you. He was like, don't all your people buy their suits from you? I'm like, professor, that's a whole nother thing. He like, but you shipping me suits, 3-piece suits with a shirt and tie for $200. He like, and you shipping it to me. All I gotta do is get it altered. And then if you buy multiple, if you buy more than one at a time, I do the same deal for $150. I do the same deal for $150, and I wear all my product. You know, I have cufflinks with the coin cufflinks. I do it all. I sell watches, but a lot of stuff I don't have to promote it because I ain't in the business of just want people. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Okay, now what? So I do business, just like Lamborghini. Do Lamborghini got commercials? Or if you know what it want, you know where to get it from. How you doing, sir?
All right, what's going on?
Great. Just talking to my friends. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man.
You looking for something particular?
Suit,
What color you looking for?
blue?
All right. You know what size you are?
Not lately.
Just to let you know, my suits are $219. They come with jeans, jacket, and vest.
Right.
If you want a shirt and tie, it's $260.
Okay.
You want to try one or?
Yeah, let's try on some jackets.
This the color. Let me show you my blue. So it's just to let you know, this is my navy blue. This is like my mixed blue. Those are navy. All right.
This blue here, right?
I have, that's considered a fashion suit. I have to see if I have it. The reason why a lot of those are considered fashion because I can't mix and match the pants. A lot of times you get the pants and the jacket fit, but then the pants would be so tight because it's a slimmer suit.
Right.
But with my blue pants and with this one, I have multiple of them because we do the ways.
Right.
But I can get what you about a 46 top,
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah,
What,
it's been a while.
what you wear in the waist?
36.
And see that's the difference. Like say if you wear 36 pants,
Right.
a suit, the jacket's gonna be a 42.
Right.
Because all suits, the jacket is 6 sizes up from the pants.
Right.
So that's the dilemma with a lot of my fashion suits, because a lot of times the top will fit the guys, but then when we get to the bottom don't fit.
Right.
Let's see what I got for you. What you about? I say let's try it. And on these pants to your 40, but you got to remember the pants are a little slim fit.
Yeah, right. Probably be used a few pounds.
Well, and that's what I told another guy. One guy came in like losing weight. He losing draft and almost 20 pounds in 1 week. He came in walking seat, came in the next about 2 weeks. Suit was huge. I said, I'm trying to should have weighed 2 pounds.
Right.
Now he got the suit, he got it altered.
Right.
It was too much to pull. It was too much to pull in.
Yeah.
It was too much to pull in the jacket. He had to buy another suit.
Right.
And I was trying to tell the guy, I said, I'm not a used car salesman. I want to compete. And if you get the suit, great. If you don't, but if you say you're losing weight, if you serious with it, he was like, bro, I don't need any needs exercise. I drink a lot of water, and I saw the weight loss. He came back in 2 weeks, lost 25 pounds. Nothing fit. Had to buy a whole nother suit. So as you see, the top
Right.
fit go up. Everything you get bigger. Everything you get bigger and bigger. The pants get bigger. So on that, the pants will be on 40. But then you have to try them on because they slip fit. They might fit you perfect.
Right.
Or they might need to be pulled in the waist. Maybe
Right.
an inch or two in my alterations do it.
Right.
If you're trying to do 15 to pull the waist, then you can get $12 for your hair. Well, because the regular, you would hang down the hair a little bit.
Right.
I got it for the stature. Now, if you pull the sleeves out, that can happen too. My alteration pull the sleeves out for $25, but that's normal because it's covering your watch a little bit.
Right.
Say if you wear a French coat shirt, you have the French cuff about an inch of the shirt to show.
Right.
How you doing, man? You want to go to H&M, brother? H&M or Express right on the other end. They got it for you.
We looked at internet.
Go to Dillard's or Guess.
We looked at yes.
They didn't have it?
No.
It's that time. It's prime time.
I know.
Yep, try Dillard's.
Okay. Thank
Yep.
you.
You're welcome.
All right.
You want to try the pants or anything?
No,
Okay.
no. I think we'll just go with that for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I have a wedding to go to April 2nd.
Yeah,
And I wanted to get a blue suit. So I got a black suit, but something a little more fashion.
April 2nd.
Right.
When you get close, you usually come in.
Yeah.
When you get, I usually say come in about a week or two
Right.
before then, because then you'll be right where you want to be.
Right.
You come right
Plus, I
in.
just ate a ton of Chinese food. So, I'm
Man,
all-
stop talking
I'm
about
all-
food. I'm so hungry. I
Right.
sent all my associates home. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
y'all get out of here. I got 15 minutes. But yeah,
Yeah.
sir, if you're planning on losing and you're serious about it, I would not get that size because you're going to go down and be like,
Right.
why the hell I didn't wait?
Right.
I done lost 10, 15 pounds.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll,
So we-
about a week before.
Yeah. Okay.
About a week before.
All right. That sounds good, man.
And like I said, if you need it the next day, I'll rush everything and I have my alterations have everything the same day.
All right. Sounds good.
And my name is Kari. I don't have any more of my cards, but
All right.
I'll be here.
Yeah, we got my son a suit here not too long ago.
Okay.
We got the shirt, the
Tie and pocket square and
yeah.
all that. He's
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah, actually, it was last May.
Oh, for
Yeah.
prom?
Yep. Yep.
Yep. And we
He
still do that same
graduated- He
thing.
graduated like right after that. So,
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you come see me when you're ready, sir. I'll take care of you, man.
Yeah, it was some Italian guy from New York that helped.
Yeah, he's not here anymore, older guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went back to New York. Yeah, I run all the stores for him. We got a store in Scottsdale, but I'm a teacher, so I try to come out here sporadically and help him out a lot.
Right.
Yeah, I do a lot on my own, but I like it out here. It's slow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, it
my type of crowd. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yep, take it easy, brother.
We'll come back.
All right. Any more questions? I'm getting ready to get out of here, man. I got 15 minutes. But you see how easy that is, though, Morris, to break down law and to be about business. When I say we got to do business, man, that's the only way we're going to have something. And I keep telling Morris, man, my organization just like any other organization. I'm just like the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, any other organization. I have the same tax exempt status. We're tax exempt from the federal government, scientific, religious, spiritual, education. All over we're tax exempt of it. So that means we can teach our own people educational wise, spiritual, religious, scientific, and we're tax exempt. Meaning people can give us charitable contributions and I can give them everybody a receipt at the end of the year and you can write that off on your taxes. So like I was saying, I have a lot of professors because I got my dual master's degree in first century religion and first century history from Grand Canyon University. And I made a lot of connections with professors and things by me doing lectures and by me being part of the Philosophical Society and by me being a 99th degree committed to the Moorish adept. And so a lot of the professors were European Masons. So I wore my fez and my turban, all my signs and symbols to work, the class every day. And a lot of my professors was bow down, no disrespect, we shut the light out and then we build. So I got like maybe 6 professors at GCU that support me. That write a check each month, $1,000. I'm telling you, those are the connections, and none of them are Moors. They say they like what I'm doing. They say I'm not finna support no other organization. I don't know where the fund's going. They're like, I'd rather support you. You was my student, and I see what you're doing. you know? And I see what you're doing, and I have people that help, you know? And so that's what I be saying, man. That's what I do with my fund. And I say, I'm a more supporter of everything. When I ask for donations, I give donations too. And that's what I'll be telling Morris. We can have our own. All we got to do is get down with the right person and let the right person lead. We got to let the right person lead so we don't get caught up in no garbage. And then when a person say they trying to do something, you already got to be doing it. I'm already doing. I'm not telling somebody, oh, look what we can do, or look what we can do. I'm doing it. If I want to write a book, I write a book. I don't say, oh, I need some money to write a book. I write a book. Why? Because I have the finances and the resources to write my own books. I done wrote 11 books already, and I make them available for PDF for a cheaper price. All my books you can get for $15, $20. I send you a PDF. If you print it, if I print it and everything and bind it, it costs more. But remember, you're not paying for nothing. It's a donation. You get to claim it all in your taxes. So what I was saying about ordering all your books from me. Like, for instance, I'll be showing Morris history books. I have all these books in my library. I have all these books in my library about history and everything and what this science about. So why would you go to, say, for instance, to Amazon and buy it and pay cheaper, and your own brother, your own more that we say we support has an organization, and yes, we ask for a little bit more. Because you get a taxes and receipt. When you go on Amazon, you just buying it. You can't claim none of that on your taxes. So say if you bought pledged $1,000 worth of books from me over the course of the year, I'm able to give you a taxes and receipt so you can claim that. You know? Oh, I got you. I got you. And so that's what I'll be saying. It's a lot of books that it's a lot of stuff that taken out the scriptures. On Sunday school, I'm gonna go over a lot of stuff. When I'm gonna show you all across the board, man. All across the board. We appeal, excuse me. And so I tell people, I just need the support of the people. Just imagine if all the Moors like, you know what, let's support Brother Bay. He ain't even asking for much. All the Denobas asking for $100 a month. That's it. $100 a month. That's it. That's it. What's that? $5 for how many days? 20 days? Right? Be honest. That's only $5 a day for 20 days. That's $100 a month. A person can send $5 a day, cash out, well, $5 a day. You can do $10 a day for 10 days, and you get a taxes and receipt at the end of the year. So just imagine if we had just 100 Moors doing that, which I'm trying to get. That's 120 grand a year. I would show more like, this is what we got, 120 grand. I'm gonna show you what we do. I'm gonna go buy the building. I'm gonna go buy all the computers. I'm gonna go get the van and have it all up. I'm gonna be picking up the children, bring them to our temple, educate them after they go get that general education, then bringing them to our temple for a couple hours, teaching them, working them out, letting them eat healthy, letting them know they're not Negro, blacks, and colors, showing them that they honorable, cleaning them up, and then the parents come pick them up. That's what all that support. And then you give donations to help support what we doing. Because I'm going to be educating our children. Our children are going to have books and peer-reviewed scholarly research. So when those teachers come with that slavery stuff and that pseudo-academia, they have something to compare it to and say, contraire, mon frere, based on this, you lying. I'm telling you. Based on the history books. Based on the history books. You lying. Based on the history books. You lying. I tell kids, we don't get mad like a dog. We come with the proof. We come with the science, man. We come with the science to tell you exactly what it's about, which is peer-reviewed scholarly research. When it talks about the mound builders and all this, and we gonna rock on that. What you say? May I ask what you recommend me being new, learning about me being a Moor, so that I may comprehend properly, become a student under my auspices. That's why I'm saying I teach scientifically. I teach metaphysics. I teach Moorish history, Moorish law, Moorish civics, and business. You must become a student. If you serious, you inbox me. My email is my name, Goodman, GOODMAN, KHARY @gmail.com, and I email you our syllabus and our enrollment package. Our syllabus, our enrollment package is $250 to enroll. You get all 7 study books, your fez and your turban, and then it's $100 tuition fee. So we can build, so we can do things, and that's simple. A one-time $200 fee, and then $100 a month a student a donation fee. That's it. If a person's serious about learning real, and ain't no such thing as Moorish history. It's understanding international, local, and state law, and understanding your rights as being a Moorish American. But it's not a such thing as Moorish history. It's just history. And a lot of times when people say stuff is hidden, nothing is hidden, because we go into schools looking for black history. It's no real thing as black history. It's no real thing as black history. You got the Dark Age, you got the medieval times. It's a lot. And when you research the etymology of words and the etymon of words, you will see how you've been tricked thinking black and white is something different. You know? What time is it? I think we get ready to go. Hold on. Yeah, we got 10 minutes and we out, bro. Yep. So that's what I recommend you to do. That's like a more asking me, well, what books can you recommend to me? I said, I'm gonna tell you this. That's just like if you go and ask a professor what books should they study. The professor said, well, the first thing you should become a student, because I'm not finna recommend nothing to you and you're not willing to be a student, because a person be all over the place. We think reading something is gonna educate us, but it's the teachings. It's the teachings. Words are words. But if you ain't willing to covenant the right way, and somebody can teach the teachings, can teach the science in the books, so we can come together and build and move mountains, it'll never work. That's why a lot of Moors have books and things, and you look at them and they be talking a lot of stuff, but then you look at their life, they like, well, why none of the stuff is materializing off the stuff you know? You just want to know a whole bunch of stuff? Well, when you know some stuff, you're supposed to be able to attract some things, because we're supposed to be rulers over everything. So if you know some stuff, it's nothing honorable with being poor and broke. So I'm not here just to be talking. I'm here to show us how we can build, and how we don't got to talk about no churches and no TDJs and no Joe Osteen. Look what they doing. We got the laws, we got the same rights. It's the people that support them. If the people supporting them, let them do that. But what about us? We have the same rights. If we say we Moorish Americans, we have the same rights. I'm set up, established just like them. We can be successful and don't got to talk about no negative information. We ain't got to talk about what no lying Moor or no fraudulent concealment, these domestic terrorist Moors telling you this garbage. We ain't got to talk about what no church is doing. We can say what we doing, because we have the same power and authority to do what they doing. I just need the people. My business structure is already there. And that's what I'll be telling Moors. I said, Moors, please, I don't want to get to a higher level. And then when y'all see me again, I'm gone. They be like, well, he's there. He's rich now. And I'm like, because I put the work in, because I became successful. And I'm trying to be successful with the people. I'm trying to show the people that we can be successful. How? With our funds. We like to watch Sopranos, and I said, but y'all don't understand the science and the dynamics of them doing things in the church and setting things under the church and understanding the tax codes. You know? Why you think every rich person established a non-for-profit? This is what I be trying to teach people, because the laws work. The money that you think is going to taxes is going to a private banking system, and it's sitting. Your so-called taxes does not go to run the United States of America. You know? It's not. We have the right, the tax code, to say that you can fulfill your tax obligation through your religious organization or through your charitable contributions, which is your right. And that's what I be telling Moors. But I say, oh, you just gonna let them take taxes from you? And you say, oh, I donate to a charity. And I be like, what charity? Oh, I donate to some stuff you saw on TV. And I'm like, okay, but I'm real. Like, you donate to this and you be like, oh, I'm helping the children in so-called Africa. Man, they've been having them commercials forever and forever and forever. Or people need this help. You ain't seeing what's happening, because it's a fraud. And they don't need to help. We need to help right here in the States. We got poor children here. We got children that can't read. We got single moms that's poor, that need housing. We ain't doing that here. And that's the power that we have. And that's why I'll be trying to tell us. We got to do things collectively. And when we do things collectively, man, we take over. I love y'all, man. Support, become a member, send donation ins, get all your literature, get your fez, get your turbans from me. Our sweatshirts finna be ready in a minute. Our hats finna be ready in a minute. I'm gonna have everything for us. Support, man, so we can take over this world, man. So we can be a business. Islam, I'm cutting off of IG, Islam, because IG is done. But I'm still right here. We on this little YouTube thing. But any questions, man, I'm getting ready to get out here. So I hope I clear some things up, man. If y'all need suits, get them from me, man. Look, I mean, This what I do, man. I mean, but you know what I mean, though, Morris? We do business, man, and we support each other. I'm not here to try to sell you no fake ID to try to get you caught up. That ain't my mission. I'm an educator and a businessman. I'm gonna do things legally and lawfully, and I never tell any more to do something that I would never do. Thanks. I mean, I have this what I do. Like, it's getting ready to be prime time. I had my homeboy and them, they family. So this is some people that I went to college with. They just came in earlier, and they all brought their fans in front of them. They all got all their kids' prom suits, and it was like, man, dude, you got the best deal around town. You know, they just came to pick up the suits from me, and I help all my people. I say, man, where can you go? Instead of renting something for your kid, your kid can get a 3-piece suit, shirt, tie, and pocket square for $200, and I ship it to him. If you buy 2 suits, I ship it to you for $150 a piece, which is $300. And then you just take it to your tailor, and she can slim it out for you and do all the proper alterations to get your suit to fit how I want. All you got to do is get fitted in the area you live in. You see what I'm saying, Morris? That's all I be saying. And you will get a tax exempt receipt from me for everything you do when you part of what we doing, because you are a member. Just like if you was a member of a church and your church provided suits for all a member. It's not selling you nothing. They just draw it up. It's the verbiage. You can draw it up as a donation because it's a donation to your charitable organization. It just so happened for this donation, you get this legally and lawfully. Let me close my door. Yeah, I'm good. What you say? What color of suits? What you say? What color is that suit? This what we call, let me make sure. I think we call this tan, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Damn, I ripped the tag off that one. Let me see if I got it now. I want to give you the right color. We call this beige. That's my beige suit. But as you see, let me see. But as you see, I got a plethora. Every suit that I got here in the store, I got them in my storage. Every suit here that you see, I have. When I tell more, I'm a businessman, I do business. Every suit that you see here in my establishment, I have in storage for people when I do business. Cause like I said, I don't mix business and students and things like that. I tell Moors, if you really want something, you tell me what you want, I got you. I got anything you want. I'll be your personal stylist. I mean, from head to toe, from socks. I mean, from everything, from accessories. I got it all. I told y'all, from the cufflinks, from the coin cufflinks, all that, man. From the turbans, from the fezzes, to books, to everything you need, to sweatsuits, to jogging suits. I'm told you, man, we gonna do it all. We do it all. That's what I told Moore. I said, when I figure stuff out how to create on my own. That's what I do. I figure out how to create stuff on my own. You know what I mean, Morris? That's what this is all about with me. Any questions? I'm getting ready to get out of here. Any questions? When I get done counting this money, I'm getting out of here. Go to my family. I know a lot of more go to work for somebody else, and then we come home and complain and don't work on our plan. You'll go to work for somebody for 10 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours a day, and then come home and complain and won't work on your plan. I couldn't do that. And then complain to your empress or your king. I can't do that. Any questions, Morris? I'm almost out of here. I got them. All you got to do is go. All you got to do is get measured. I'll ship it right to you, Noble. I'll ship it right to you. I'll ship it right to you. I'll throw you in a shirt and a tie. And you can be the first Moor to get something from me. A suit. I'll ship you the shirt and a tie. And then you can show people that it's real. Well, any color. Well, if you got the fundamental 3, well, no, you tell me what color you want. I got all type of fashion colors, man. Let me show you something before I leave. Hold on. Let me do this real fast, and I'm gonna show you some fashion colors before I get out of here. Cause I got a date with my Empress. All right. So let me do this real fast, more. I just gotta set some stuff up, and then I got you. Hold on. And I'm gonna show you a couple suits real fast. All right, hold on. Let me get up and I'll show you a couple suits, Noble. Just give me 1 second. Hold on. I just want to get my register right. All right, hold on. What'd he say? Hold on. Okay. All right. Hold on. I just got to get my stuff right. I'm about to show you, Noble. I just got to take care of my business first. So just be patient. I told y'all this would be real life with me. I'll be like, I'll never show y'all no fake stuff, like some copy and edit, some old fake stuff that y'all be seeing. I don't got time to do that, man. I'm just transparent. And I said I'ma always show real life, you know? That's what I do. I'm real life. It ain't no fake life where we gonna show some fake stuff. You know? Oh, yep, I got you. 1 second, man. One second. Q. So, let me show you some quick colors before I get out of here, Noble. Let me reverse this to my camera. See, I got, this is like, what I call this, my teal suit. I'm gonna have to show them on my other phone because my other phone is better. This is a teal suit. This is my window pane. I got the window pane suits. I got another window pane with the maroon window pane. Little settle blue pinstripe. I got a couple other window panes. This is a maroon tuxedo with the black lapel. I got the red ones. I got the brown suit. I got brown suits. I got the powder blue. I got another with the purple lapel with the purple window pane. I got the basic grays. It just, oh, this is one of my favorites. This is my maroon suit. I'm gonna show y'all wear this with my maroon fez, all blacked out underneath. I got the all red suit. I'm gonna wear my all red tomorrow with my all black. I'm gonna wear my fire tomorrow. But yeah, that's it, Morris. That's it, man. So I hope everybody support, man, and just help us build this temple, man, in this body. I love y'all, man. Islam.